It's winter time again, and as temperatures drop, bringing the return of the freezing weather, most people are caught up in the annual frenzy of Christmas shopping, searching out those special novelty gifts for their loved ones and work colleagues. But at the Rucksack Project, we're helping people to rediscover the real meaning of Christmas by encouraging others to take part in a simple idea and by setting up a very different sort of flash mob which really could help to change the world. Hello, I'm Matthew White and I'm the founder of the Rucksack Project. This is a little project that's making people sort of sit up and take notice and think, yeah, I could go out and do that. And people are. People all over the world are starting to realise that this is a really nice thing, it's very simple, you can go out and do this. You go to charity shops and you get a rucksack, a sleeping bag, a thermos flask, put some hot soup in that and some extra tins of soup that have ring pulls, and a spoon, a fleece, some gloves and a woolly hat, some socks, some underwear, and just take that out in the winter months and give that to a homeless person. And it's so easy, anybody can do this. Throughout the year, every time you pass a charity shop, just pop in and see if they've got any of the items. You don't have to get them all at once. You know, you get the rucksack and then another week you get the sleeping bag and the thermos flask and so on. Gather them together through the year and then put them all together at one time. And then you take it out and you just give it to somebody. It really is the best feeling in the world, and we wanted to show you how easy this is. So we followed one of our volunteers.
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm from Bristol and I'm a volunteer for the Rucksack Project.
I heard about the Rucksack Project on Facebook. I think that maybe somebody that I knew just liked it, and I checked it out and really thought it was a great idea. So I joined the page at the time and just to find out what was going on with it really, and shared it with a few people. I really like the idea of it being something that you can do to give back. You can volunteer to do it without really having to make a commitment. This is just something that you can just do off your own back whenever you want, really. I mean, you can make the pack throughout the year, you can do it in one day. It's just something that you can do in your own time. The Rucksack Project differs from other mainstream charities because it's something that each individual can just take responsibility of. It's not a big organised charity, it's just something that can evolve without huge amounts of donations. The experience that I've had of today has actually been really quite easy. Most of the people that we've spoken to are really keen to help. I've got almost everything that I need today to put in my rucksack, and the things that I haven't got, my mum's actually got from going to a local charity shop. If somebody wasn't able to put a pack together themselves, they could help by speaking to other people about the project, just spreading the word and getting the message out there to people that might be able to put the pack together. If you're aware of people throwing things away, just sort of find out what they've got and take the odd piece, and then you might know somebody that wants to put a pack together that you can give it to.
Hi, I'm Rhiannon. I'm Associate Manager for Caring at Christmas. There's about 18 people that will sleep here overnight, 5 nights a week. There are people that get turned away throughout the year because there isn't enough space here throughout the year. At Christmas, what happens is Caring at Christmas will then become the shelter, but more 24/7 through the whole time until New Year's Day. So from the 24th of December all the way through to New Year's Day, 50 homeless people can stay. We have put up to 80 mattresses down if needs be. There are also people that choose not to sleep here as well. There are people that are not used to 4 walls, that are not used to a bed, that maybe have been on the street for 20, 30 years. So they certainly need more things they can take with them. They can come in and eat a hot meal and then take a blanket, take a sleeping bag and provisions that they need, and then go back and sleep in the place that they have for the last 20, 30 years. Once they've had breakfast here on the 1st of Jan, they will be able to go and have lunch somewhere else. But as for people being able to sleep here, you know, where do those 50 people that have slept over Christmas go? There's only going to be 18 beds left after that time, and the winter period is not just over Christmas, it's going to include January and February and March. I think the Rucksack Project will be good. Certainly, even now before Christmas, it's freezing cold in the winter and we can see the temperatures dropping right now. So for the people that choose not to stay, that's brilliant for those people. Even during the day to have something. You've got to remember, people aren't just homeless at night, they're homeless all day and all night, in the rain, in the snow, in the cold. So to have a rucksack that's got essentials in there, mostly the warm things in there, you know, is going to help them. And also the kind of things in there maybe they wouldn't go and access from somewhere else. To have it all there means that they don't have to move from that spot to say maybe walk a mile that way, 2 miles that way to go and to access these things. It's all going to be there for them.
Right, hearty homemade soup. We have got lots of vegetables, some barley and some beef and a couple of extra tins just to bulk it up a bit. Lots of goodness. It's going into my 1 pound flask. So we've got some trousers, which are nice and fluffy inside, and these were donated from a local charity shop, so completely free. Pop that in the bottom there. So this is my lovely warm jumper that I bought the other day when we were out. And then I've got an extra fleece which I found at home, which wasn't being used, so again, nothing. We've got pants and socks, which again were donated from the local charity, so they didn't cost a thing. A couple of pairs of brand new boxers. Some lovely fluffy socks, nice black pair. I think it was £5 was spent, and they donated the rest of the stuff. So it just goes to show, if you engage with people and talk about what you're doing, that they really are willing to give these things to you. A lot of stuff is things that they are unable to sell. So we just got a huge amount of stuff with just spending a couple of quid, really. So my sleeping bag I've tied on here because there's not that much room. That's 3 quid, I think, brand new. My hot glass of soup. Toothpaste and a toothbrush in here, some tissues and a little spoon and a cup for the soup. A couple of tins of soup with the wrinkles and some snacks. Just found in the cupboard. And then I've just got my information for the police. I'm just explaining what's going on and that nothing's been stolen, it's all been donated. A few extras on there. 1 rucksack, ready to go.
As Amy and her mum head into the city to make their donations, they hope to be joining around 60 other volunteers who we hope have also made packs to give out to those sleeping rough on the streets in our Rucksack Project flash mob, set to take place at midday in the heart of Bristol, and in a location where many homeless people regularly gather.
Hi, I'm Katie, and I just wanted to do something to help someone else because I feel so lucky to have a roof over my head and clothes and food in the cupboard, so I thought it was just a simple thing, packing up a rucksack, just to give somebody a change of clothes and hot soup to drink.
Hello, I'm a friend of Meg Grimes who unfortunately passed away. She did a lot of work for Julian Trust. I'm here with my children Finley, Paige and Grace, and obviously we've bought a rucksack for the homeless. I've explained to my children, you know, that obviously they're very lucky and, you know, some people aren't, so here we are.
And I just hope that it brings you some happiness.
Wow, thanks for coming. No worries, I hope it helps.
I was homeless for just over 2 years up north, so I thought I'd come out and do this because I remember being on the streets. It wasn't great, so I thought I'd come and help people who still are. They can eat properly, they'll be a lot warmer, and just to think that someone was thinking about you, because it's fairly lonely being stuck on your own. And obviously it gets dark and cold and there's just no one else there, so just to think that someone actually thought of you would make a huge difference.
You know, we so easily just go and spend a tenner on something we don't necessarily need, you know, 3 coffees for example, and we don't even think about it. But if we can just spend that £10 on putting a pack together, it's just such a great feeling, really.
I am the Rucksack Project.
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 We are the Rucksack Project.
We are the Rucksack Project.
We are the Rucksack Project.
I am 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 the Rucksack Project.
I'm the Rucksack Project.
You are the Rucksack Project. It's not about the few trying to do a lot. It's about each of us just trying to do a little. And with our combined efforts, we could make a real difference. And it's not an amazing new idea. It's just simple human kindness. So help us by liking and sharing this video and our Facebook page, and you could help us spread this message far and wide. And we could make a real difference for homeless people this winter. Your kindness may just save a life. Thanks for watching.